You've got leftover bread, maybe even croissants. So what do? Bread pudding. Combining techniques from Benjamin the Baker, Chef Jean-Pierre, and Benny Bakes, we're gonna make something spectacular. To a bowl, add 234 grams of milk and cream, 220 grams of sugar, 2 grams of cinnamon, and 8 grams of coffee liqueur, which I tried after discovering Chef Jean-Pierre. Adding in some booze helps round out the sweetness of something like bread pudding. Finish cracking your eggs and adding your yolks to your mixture. Then grab 1/2 vanilla pod and scrape out the seeds. Vanilla extract will do just fine. Give it a good whisk. This is our custard that's going to transform our day-old croissants. It's traditional to use something like a brioche, but I find the croissants helps it from being too heavy. And these we learned how to make with the help of Benny's Baked, who I already featured on my croissant video. In a medium baking dish, pour your custard over your croissants. We want our croissants to absorb as much of this custard as possible, so give your bread a little help by pressing down. Let that rest in the fridge for at least 30 minutes, and in the meantime, let's dice and peel 1½ apples. The type of apple isn't crucial, but I prefer tart ones. They help cut the richness of bread pudding. Usually you'll find currants or raisins in recipes, but that's not my thing. Once you've done away with your peels, protect those knuckles, and finish prepping your apples. This recipe was gonna have 2 apples, but then my dog Baloo heard me dicing. And who can say no to that face?
Yeah.
I wish Google could show me how many people subscribed for him versus the actual recipe videos. Take those wedges of apples and cut them down into a medium dice. They don't need to be perfect, just not giant for the bread pudding. Move them to the side and get your pan and stove ready. Let's par cook these apples by sauteing them with 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Melt that down on medium heat, add in your apples, give them a good mix. Then add 1/8 teaspoon cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and a pinch of salt. Saute for 1 minute until it's toasty and caramelized. Remove from the heat, and then once cooled, add to the top of your bread pudding. Next up, our salted caramel sauce. In a cold pot, add a 50-50 split of white and brown sugar. Turn the heat to medium and stir continuously. When it's melted and looks like this, add 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Keep stirring or your caramel can seize up. Then add 170 grams of heavy cream. Reduce your heat to low, and with the help of Benjamin the Baker, you'll learn that 220 degrees is the ideal temperature to create a caramel sauce. Transfer your caramel into a bowl to cool down, and give it a good stir to release any hidden air bubbles. If you like it salty like I do, add in 1 gram or a pinch of salt. Cover and grab your whisk because we're making whipped cream. Grab 1/2 of vanilla pod, split it down the middle and scrape out the seeds. Add it to your cream, then grab your granulated sugar and add in 50 grams. And let's whip it up. Usually I do this by hand, but I'm feeling lazy, so hand mixer it is. Mix it until stiff peaks, wrap it up and chill it in the fridge until we're ready to plate. Give your oven a check, and after 25 minutes or so, your bread pudding should be bubbling, golden, and smelling insanely good. Get yourself a spatula and cut yourself a nice thick square. I mean, come on, look at this thing. The caramelized apple, the croissant, and it doesn't even have toppings yet, until now. Like nectar of the gods. Drizzle on that salted caramel sauce, and then finish with that vanilla bean cream. Okay, let's try it.
Growing up in the Midwest, I've had my fair share of bread puddings, and this does everything you want it to. It's salty, sweet, light, luscious, rich, and packs a punch. I don't know if you could say no to that, but while filming this, I could not. And to me, that's a great sign of a fantastic dessert. Something that you can't help but keep going back and back and back and back to until the plate is licked clean.
Wow. Thank you once again to all of our creators. This would not have been possible without you. I beg you to try it. It is so, so good. This was Recipe of Recipes. Catch you next time.